Welcome back to the Duluth Curling Club in balmy Duluth, Minnesota for the second game of the America's Cup Challenge, Brazil versus the USA. In the afternoon session, the USA men won 8-6. The USA women won 16-2. First team to win 3 games will move on to the World Championships, the 2017 World Championships later on this year. We're about ready to start our second game. We'll be watching the men's game. We'll keep our eye on the women's game on the side, but our main focus will be on the men's game. And to start us off, Felipe Nunes with the opening shot, lead for Brazil. With Jim Lutton, this is Doug Britton, ready to bring this game to you.
Probably a little higher than he wanted, but it's still a guard. So
It's a good guard, yep, it's out there. Good opening shot. John Landsteiner for the U.S. For those of you who watched this afternoon, for this evening's session, the teams exchanged rocks. The U.S. now has yellow in both games. Brazil throws the red rocks.
oops. Got to get back in the swing of things. All right, so that's good rock.
Good, nice rock from John Landsteiner.
Jim or John?
Which was it now? It was a long afternoon. Let's see. Felipe Nunes again. Opening end of the second game.
Maybe a little bit heavy here.
Well, it's going to be in the house, but deeper than they wanted.
And not the shot rock.
And not the shot rock. John Schuster, skip for the USA, is asking John Landsteiner to come up in front of that yellow rock, I think. Nope, now he changed, didn't he?
Yeah, he changed his mind.
Gonna put one over on the side now, split the house.
And he got it in the rings, but I think he was hoping to be,
A little deeper.
yeah, be second count instead of third count.
Stepping into the hack for Brazil is Marcio Cerquino. Wants to remove that yellow rock on the side. He'd love to roll back to the middle undercover. Line looks good. He may get some roll here. Oh, just a little bit of roll. 6 inches of roll there, but got rid of that yellow rock. Matt Hamilton to throw for the U.S.
Wants to play some sort of hit and roll back towards the middle. All the way across, big roll.
He got the big roll. In fact, got more than he wanted.
A little more than they wanted, yeah. Although it spun back at the end. It's a lot closer than I thought it was.
I thought it was. Yeah,
It got a little spin at the end, so. In fact, the way he pointed, I think he thinks it's 1 and 2. So he says we got to just make a play on this rock.
Marcelo Melo skipped for the Brazil team, putting the stick down for Marcio Cerquino. Rock is away. He's going to get it, but he rolls out of the house with his shooter.
So we're back to where we were a few rocks ago.
And Matt Hamilton with his second rock here in the first end.
Good throw by Matt.
And we've got Scott McMullen now stepping in for Brazil. Scott's been curling since 1986, but he says he stopped for 20 years. So I guess he's been curling fewer years than that, huh?
A few less.
Still, he's played in this America's Challenge Cup for the or Challenge for the last 2 years. Trying to remove that yellow rock in the back of the house. The line looks good to me. I think he'll nose it, and I think he will sit right there. Good shot from Scott McMullen. Now we've got Tyler George for the U.S.
John's trying to figure out who shot, and I think red is shot rock. No, I think the yellow is shot rock.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna. Doesn't matter. They're gonna hit it anyways. Oh boy, that's going.
No, I think he's right on it.
No.
Yeah, he's not going to move much.
You were right.
Not much. I got the better angle.
Yep. Gophers UMD 1-1 at the
All
end
right.
of one, so now we can relax a little bit.
Here's Scott McMullen. His second shot. Again, trying to remove that yellow rock.
Did you say he started curling in '86?
He started in '86.
What year did you start?
I started in a couple of years before that.
Okay.
Probably '82. All right, Tyler George here, his last rock now in the opening end. The U.S. is counting one at this point down there. The sweepers are watching this one. Well, now they've sprung into action.
Pretty nice rock.
That's very nice. Freeze to that red rock and counting number 2.
Ooh, you're discussing the freeze possibility. A little scary in the first end to be playing that.
That is. Well, they just watched Tyler do it. That doesn't mean much, but
Yeah, normally first end when you don't have the hammer, and I think he's chosen to hit. Yeah, it's just too dangerous. You got to be so precise right away, and that's not an easy task.
And this is Marcelo Melo, curling out of the Sherbrooke Curling Club in Quebec, Canada. Marcelo had a wonderful afternoon. He curled very, very well. Made some great shots for his team.
Yeah, we didn't do stats, but
No.
but probably he curled well.
And he made some shots under pressure, you know, where he really needed to make them to keep Brazil in it. He was right there. coming with the heat this time, trying to remove the yellow rock.
Ooh, did he get a little?
He's a little outside. I don't know if this is going to get the yellow one or not. It is
Oh.
not. That was a big miss.
Yeah, now the three's in play. He did look like he had a little wobble on that delivery, so maybe he was a little out of balance there. Maybe he was trying to throw it a little too hard.
John Schuster and Tyler George discussing where to put this USA rock. They've got two counting the first end.
Looks like they're going to go with the freeze on the wing.
This is the current national champion team of the USA. John Schuster's?
I think Brady won last year.
Did he?
But John
Oh,
Schuster
yeah,
was
they
our
went on points to
was
the
our
Worlds.
John
That's right.
was our world representative
Yeah,
last
that's right
year.
too. And still has, I think, the most points. The champion is determined both by the finish in the national championship tournament as well as the number of points earned during the year.
I think McCormick's point is in the lead for points right
Is he?
now.
It's close, I know. So it probably will come down to the two of them, and possibly Craig Brown, I think, has quite a few points. But if Brazil can beat him, it's a moot issue.
Ooh, did he get third count there?
I would say no.
I would say that red one in the back
I
is...
think that red one in the back outcounts that yellow John just threw.
So yellow right now I think is 1 and 2, but red is number 3.
Marcelo and Scott talking about this, where to put this rock. Final rock for Brazil here in the opening end. And it's an important one. Pretty hard to freeze over there now, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, where do you put it where it's not going to be in the open?
Well, if you could, from behind the sheet here, it looks really hard to get around the first yellow and freeze to the second one. That would be the spot, but I don't know that. I'm not sure you can make that
I
shot.
think it'd be real hard to get there. He could freeze to the back red one
Yeah.
behind cover.
Looks like he's opted to play the hit here. And if he hits it just a little on the outside, well, this is going to be tough. This is going to be real tough to get rid of both of the yellows.
Yeah, I think it is too. But I think it looks like he may be in damage control here.
Yeah.
Trying to reduce the number of points that USA could score here in this opening end. All right. Marcelo is ready.
Throwing that same out turn. Oh, he went with the lift that time.
Well, he's throwing a lot of weight here. He would like to get rid of all those rocks if he could. Yeah. He does that when he wants to throw heavy. Boy, this is right on it. It's going to be a good shot, I think. He's going to get the roll back across.
Oh,
But
that
the two rocks stayed in play. Boy, that brings a 4 into play, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's
That just didn't break the way he thought. He hit it the way he wanted, I think. Or
probably, well, they were sweeping pretty hard, so he probably wanted to be closer to the nose. I'm not sure.
Wow. That was an unfortunate break there for Marcelo Melo. He really threw it hard and trying to remove yellow rocks, and only his own went out.
So John needs full 8-foot circle, well, half in the 8-foot circle to get his 4th point.
A couple times this afternoon, John was a little bit light on his draw weight in these situations. I don't think that's going to be the case right here. Light he is not. Okay, that's 4
Pretty good first end for
Yeah,
Team
It
USA.
just didn't break right there for Marcelo Melo in his Brazil team. They'll come back though, huh?
We'll see. Yeah, they should. They played well this afternoon.
Did play well. In the women's game, it looks like the U.S. took 1 in the opening end.
Yep.
All right, John's calling for that opening rock to be in the house. With a 4-point lead. No, he doesn't want to see guards up there.
Is he going to get there?
I think he is. He's going to be halfway into the 12-foot.
Oh, yeah. Almost fighting the 8. Good first row. First rock.
Marcelo wants a corner guard. Whoop. Did he change that? Maybe he wants to come on top of that yellow rock now.
Kind of looks that way, doesn't it,
It
from
does.
that broom? Unless he thinks they're going to curl that much.
It curls quite a bit, but I don't think it curls 10 feet.
Well.
It is moving there, isn't it? Wow.
Care to reconsider?
Wow. He got his corner guard from, and it did curl about 10 feet.
Or I don't know if he hit the broom or not, but. And John Landsteiner was ready to throw. Wants to bring it right into the 4-foot circle.
Good shot in the open, not buried, but good shot. Marcelo is asking his lead, Felipe. Felipe's still up, yes. To come right to that yellow rock. Might be a tad heavy here.
Oh yeah, it's through the.
Might be heavy and wide. Not a good combination. Need to make those shots.
Yeah, when you have the opportunity.
Yep, you need to make those. Those are tough ones to miss when they're wide open like that. All right, Matt Hamilton is
Playing a tap back. Oops. Was caught watching.
well, he tapped back. I thought he was wanting to tap back the other one, but
Yeah.
I guess
Tapped it into the open is the only bad part here.
when you have 2 rocks up front, good things can happen.
That's right. I thought he was playing that one.
Were you? Did you?
I thought so. They may have changed what they're.
Looks like Marcelo wants a hit here, huh?
Yeah, he's going to hit that top rock.
Try and get the roll. Over.
Roll underneath his corner guard if he can. He might make a double at the same time. I think it jams, but we'll see.
I think this is Marcio Cerquino.
And he might get a different double.
Yeah, he might.
He did.
Well, he moved things around.
It's probably better than it was.
I think so. Those two rocks up in front are difficult to work with when you're trying to score.
And John was looking at what tap could we do, and boy, it doesn't really help us that much. Let's just get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oops, that corner guard.
That's what could cause him trouble, he thinks.
Yeah, that's the. Did he get it?
No,
He
he
did
just
not.
moved it over slightly. So I've seen more misses so far in this game. There weren't many misses in this afternoon's game. There
Didn't
were
seem to
some,
be. There was some, but
all right, opportunity for Brazil here.
I think they're just going to try to play the draw.
See if
Oh no, hit and roll. Looks like nose to me, but there's people in my way.
It's hard to tell. Pretty much nose. They have not had very good fortune in getting those hits and rolls to
Nope.
define places, either this afternoon or so far tonight. They just aren't getting those hits where they want them to get the good roll. For the most part, they've been making their hits,
Right.
but not hiding the shooter. Often rolling out, often rolling into the open.
Pretty good roll there.
Very good roll. No, that rock is that yellow rock. I think is behind cover.
Well, at least half of it is, I'd say. It puts them in a tougher
It
situation.
really does.
Well, it's not a hugely scary situation because the front is wide open, but
He's got two choices. He can freeze to that top yellow rock, which is what he's pointing to right there, or he could come and hit the back one and try and get a roll behind it. He's got his vice skip, Scott McMullen, ready to deliver this rock, and it's headed our way. Line is looking good. Might be a tad heavy. Now they're sweeping, probably for line. It's going to bounce in the open. Yeah. Well, I think John can pick it out. It's a little heavier than he might have liked. It needed to be about a foot less, maybe 2 feet less, to be able to just settle into that. Just
Yeah.
come up and weld itself to that yellow rock. Tyler George making the attempt to take the red rock out. Jam is certainly there's a possibility here if it hangs out, and it seems to be hanging out.
is he gonna get it? Oh yeah,
Ooh,
and it was the
a
jam
fortunate bounce there.
for the Brazil team.
Brazil is now counting one in the back there with that red rock. Where do you like putting this one? Probably don't want to mess around with any kind of hit here.
Yeah, I think you gotta probably just try to split. Boy, if you put something in the front, then there might be a double, so it's a little scary to do that. But if you get it half underneath there, then there's no double.
This is pretty much the same shot Scott McMullen just threw. So
Yeah,
he
that's
should
true.
have a feel for it.
Yeah.
Little wider broom. A little bit of discussion here between Marcelo and Scott. Oh,
Split the house.
split the house is what Scott wants, and Marcelo agrees. This has to be the number one count here. Not too deep, guys.
Pretty well done.
That's a nice rock from Scott McMullen. Very nice rock.
I think John will just try to roll in front of that red one. The double's there too, but it's not, well, it's not too hard. It's probably a third of a rock.
It would have been better if Scott's rock had been maybe 2 feet higher.
Maybe, yep. But like you said, you had to make sure that was that counter.
It had to be number one. All right, John Schuster with his first rock here, up by 4.
And I think red is probably still a shot
Well, I
rock.
don't think there's any question about that. There are 3 yellow rocks scattered about the house, but the red one is out counting all of them. This will be Marcelo's first rock here in the second end. Decision's been made.
Yeah, they're going to go with that same, or try to freeze there. Similar shot to what Scott just made.
The freeze would be ideal, as long as he's out counting all the other yellow rocks. He needs 2 here. What he doesn't want to do is leave Schuster in a position to get a double here with all those yellow rocks in play. All right, Marcelo Mello is ready to go with his first rock. The line is looking pretty good. It looks a little wide at this point. Well, here it comes. I'd sweep it now. I'd sweep it hard. I think it's going to be just fine. Excellent rock. That couldn't have been thrown much better, huh?
John's looking to see if the way these are these lined up such that hitting that red one will this angle, if you hit this, you're running here with this. Oops, clear. If you hit this yellow on, or this red on this side, does this red then redirect and get that one out and the other red come out that side? It's close.
Well,
We're going to find out.
with the broom they've got down, I think he's going to be throwing hard.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That'd be a killer at this point, wouldn't it, with all those yellow rocks? All right, we'll find out. Marcelo has one more rock to go. This is John Schuster's last here in the second end. Uh-oh, the answer is yes. He makes that double, leaves 3 yellow rocks in play. Marcelo's got an open draw, though, to cancel them out.
Very
Score
nice
1.
shot.
That was a great shot from John Schuster. And you drew it up quite well there.
I saw it. I actually knew what was going on.
Final shot in our second end. Pretty much a must here.
Stay in the
Marcelo
game, yeah.
Pretty much has to have this, has to outcount those 3 yellow rocks.
The good news for him is he just threw a draw, so he's a little different path,
The
but
bad news is it's the opposite turn.
yeah, exactly.
All right, here comes our final rock. Sweepers are on it right away. I think it's got enough to get here, don't you?
I think so.
I think that looks just fine. They're backing off now. A good shot from Marcel. He came down all the way down the ice to watch it. Gets some handshakes from his teammates. They take one to make it a 4-1 game after 2 ends. And here comes... I think the U.S. Women's team just took, was it 3? 4?
Three or four.
The Brazil had a draw, and it just was ever so slightly heavy. Rolled on just to the back of the house, and so that's a big end for the USA. All right. Felipe Nunez to start us off in the third end. 4-1 game.
Oops. Oops.
You're entitled to an oops once in a while after drawing that up so well there, I think. Nice guard thrown up by Felipe Nunez there. John Landsteiner trying to come into the house, it looks like, behind that guard.
How come Specs wasn't working tonight? What the heck, doesn't he work on Fridays? Should have asked him, I guess, when he was here.
I guess.
Nice throw here by
That's a dandy.
John.
It's up in front of the 4-foot. See if Felipe can come to it. Come around the other side and to it.
And they did hang the score on sheet 7. The they did steal. It was a steal of 4.
I was kind of rooting for Aline Lima to put that draw right in there.
Make a good one.
Make a good one.
Well, that over curled on him a little bit, but it's not a
No, that's not a bad shot.
not a bad
It's
result.
workable.
John's gonna try to get to the inside of that one, put another one in there. Basically what he just threw.
Seemed to be hanging out wide, but as soon as it hits that hog line, it starts moving in. I think he's going to be
Trying.
into the cover, into the guard, into the red rock.
Wanted to be to the inside, so it's not.
You know what that sets up, though? That sets up if Marcelo wants to, he can hit that yellow rock. The red rock then would knock the number 1 rock out. He chooses not to. He wants to come over the other side with his second, Marcio Cerquino. How's that rock look? I haven't got it. Oh, there it is. Looks, is it
A little heavy, yeah. Yeah, I think they needed a little tick. But then it would have been in the open. It's certainly totally covered, but it's not in. That's the 4th count.
John opts to remove that center guard. I think. No, he changes. He's gonna draw one behind it.
Well, he's just discussing options first. I suppose I should go show that.
I suppose.
Yeah, I was looking at the other one, so.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try and bring one in the other side on top of his yellow one, or around it.
Or corner on that red.
Yep.
Any of the above.
Well, where's that going to end up? It's going to end up cornered on the red and the yellow. That's a pretty good shot. Now, if Marcelo wants to hit that yellow rock, what's going to happen? Will that knock the red one out because of the one that was just thrown? I think it might. See what I mean?
Yeah, I do see what you mean. Trying to just figure out if that would.
We won't know till he tries it. He's
Yeah.
not ready to try it yet. Marcia's going to try and come around. That's not much broom, though, is it?
He's trying to bump him.
But not a heavy bump.
No,
Just
no.
wants to move those rocks around.
Change
a
up
little
the
bit.
angles.
Looks like a good rock to me. Oh, did he get by that? He did.
He did.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, that's a real good shot.
Now John's going to have to counter in some way. Board weight he wants. Now he wants to hit that yellow rock that's been so I've been looking at all
Yeah.
this whole end. And that will knock the red one out of play and leave 3 yellow counters. He's got it. There goes the red rock. His shooter rolled to the side. Actually, there's only 2 counting, 2 yellow counting.
But then there's also 4 and 5.
There is lots of 4 and 5.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 4, and 5 for yellow right now. So
What's Marcelo gonna do?
I don't understand that language. Sorry, can't answer. Yeah, this is setting up. This is definitely an interesting end. I think right now Brazil has to be a little careful. There's a lot of yellow rocks in there.
Sure are. I'm not sure what they're gonna draw around. That's what Marcelo has decided here.
And for any UMD fans who might be watching this and not the hockey game, UMD just scored.
Ah,
Or
All right.
recently.
here comes Scott McMullen's draw attempt. Looks pretty good. Oh, he hit his own, but that's okay, I think. Except he left his shooter right in the open. It's a great opportunity for John to hit and roll behind.
The good news for Brazil, for red, is that red rock is going to be hard to get out of there.
The
other one.
the number 2,
The number
number 3
2.
rock.
3 or 4. Yeah, whatever it is. The number 2 red of...
Yeah, if Tyler George makes this hit and roll behind, though, they're in difficult shape here. And I think he may roll out. He may have gotten too much.
Oh, he bumped his own to help him out a little bit.
All right. Well,
Yeah, there's... Brazil's got a little troubles right now. They're going to have to either sink a really nice draw.
What if you were to come down and hit that this yellow rock up against the red rock? I think it'll knock that the one at the top out.
So you're thinking run this red into
Hit
there.
that. That red rock, I think, will stay. It'll come off that top red rock, and
Where will it go?
I think it'll go back into the forefoot.
Think
I
it'll
think it'll go
spin?
straight back.
Doug thinks it'll spin back there. Possible. Certainly possible. All the key on that one, I think to make that happen, you got to make sure you hit it on the outside of that yellow
I
rock.
think you have to hit it on the outside.
You can't, if you get it to the nose or cross, you won't get the action you're looking for.
Well, it's not important what I think. It's important what Marcelo thinks.
Yeah.
He's still down there thinking. He's got Scott McMullen down here in the hack. I think they're going to have to make a move on that at some point. Look, now they're talking about it now.
I actually would like to see him take that shot, just because I'd like to see what would happen.
I'd like to see him make it.
Yeah, because I like to see. I think it's the right call.
They're trying it.
Try normal weight, I think, here. Hit it as close to the nose as you can, but a little on the outside.
If he picks his weight up too much here, it's going to glide out. But they're sweeping now, so I think he's probably close.
It's going to
He's
be
got close. He's on the outside slightly.
Yeah, good shot.
That worked out really well. Now
Except, is there a red double there?
Well, I think we're going to find out. That will. They had to do something. They had nothing going. All right, Tyler George here is going to make the attempt at this double.
Throwing big weight at it, probably just to make sure it. If he doesn't hit it exactly right, that he'll have enough action to spin out.
He certainly doesn't want to cross over and hit that red rock on the inside. Ooh, it's moving to the inside though. No, it's on the outside. Yep. Makes the double, so now we're back to 5 counting yellow rocks.
No,
Just
3.
3. Yep.
Just 3.
Yep. 2 in front are outcounted by the red one on the bottom.
And the good news for Brazil is the shot rock is wide open.
The shot right is open. There also is a guard up front he can work with.
The bad news is if they roll. Well, if he rolls right next to it, is he going to stay? He'll probably stay in the open. Not a great place. He's got to almost cross over, I think, to hit it out and get underneath his center guard.
Yeah, that's going to be tough to do.
It is.
That's going to be real tough to do. A tough position for Brazil right now. Let's see what Marcelo can do. We've seen him make some fine shots. Discussing this.
The front end apparently saw something that they had to consider, but they're sticking with the original call.
Which is usually the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Another big shot for Marcelo.
Good weight on this one. Did it hang? It's close.
It's hanging out there.
It's coming now.
It is coming now. He's going to roll out, I think.
Well, he has a catcher there, so.
Oh, yeah, it is a catcher.
Very
nice.
nice
That was
shot.
nice.
Very nice shot.
Now, is he?
He shot rock.
He's shot. Is he hidden?
No, you can see about half of it from the right-hand hack, I'd say.
Yes, you can. That's probably enough for John.
You got to get relatively close to the nose to not pick out. If you hit it too thin, you might pick out your yellow.
Which turn are they thinking about? I can't.
It's got to be from the. I mean, to make a play on it, I think they got to go to the center line. They're wondering if does this drag enough.
I don't
think so. That's what they're lining up. Does that drag on that side? I don't think so. I'm not a master of the drag, though. These guys definitely know drag effect better than I do.
Some discussion of what to do, so this will be fun.
Unless they think that it's going to run into one of those yellows and then they'll make it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To me,
It's possible.
even with the drag, it seems like it's going to still go this way. I don't think you can get it to go that way. I think it's going to go this way.
If those rocks were separated a little more, you might have a chance at it, but
Yeah.
they're right up against each other.
So it may drag right onto the shot rock.
We're going to find out. They've called it. I don't think John's sure about this either. Saw his arm go up, this and saying, I'm not sure.
So I think he's got to be just on the center line side of nose to get the drag that we're thinking of.
Here comes the rock. It's got good weight. I hear you. Hard, hard, hard.
Didn't happen.
It didn't. And that red rock is pretty well covered.
But yellow is.
Got the hammer.
Are they 2 and 3 right now?
Yellow is.
Are they? They're for sure 2 and 3. Are they number 4? I don't
No,
think so.
no, I don't think so either. I think. What are they going to do? The ideal thing would be to come in behind that yellow rock, so you've got 2 behind there. I think that's what he's going to try and do, huh?
I'd be a little careful about coming behind it. You might give up a run back double. But I know what you mean.
Actually, if he could come behind the center red one,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
then John's not going to probably mess around with that run back.
Yeah, we'll have to see where it ends up.
Marcelo's making a last-minute adjustment on the broom. He says move it closer to the center. Talking to his sweepers. And ready to go. His final rock here in the third end. Is that heavy? No. No, it might be a little heavy. No, it's perfect. That's a beauty. That's a beauty.
Well, the one, I don't know that John will play it, but I think this is there to hit this like that and that. But
You looking at running the red one back to try and double him?
I was looking at that too. He might be thinking that he can just, if he just throws peel, he can hit this one and maybe it'll get rid of one of those.
I think the double's there if he can hit it right. You know, you could go back and hit that red one, the top red one, if he can get by the guard. Not sure exactly what he's playing. That may be it. We'll see in a moment here. He's definitely coming with solid weight. He is trying to hit the top red one though in the house. Looks pretty good, but not good enough. That's a steal of 1 for Brazil to make it a 4-2 game.
Yeah, a little thicker he needed to hit that rock. He had to hit what he could see, and He hit less than what he could. I mean, he hit less than the whole.
Couple of good shots again from Marcelo Melo. Martello the Hammer. We will move to the fourth end. In the women's game next door, Brazil scored in the third end to make it a 5-1 game. If you've got comments on the game, chat along with us. Love to hear from you.
So 4-2 here after 3 ends of play.
Preferably in English.
We're not very good at Portuguese or Spanish, or I can speak a little Finnish if you want to throw a little Finnish at me. Recognize occasional words.
Opening shot from Felipe Nunes.
I can speak a little German that my grandpa taught me, but it's probably from 1920s German. So a little off center, I think then John says, let's just go around this.
Nevertheless, a guard up front, something to work with. Looks like a little heavy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Marcelo's going to try and make it real heavy. Move it to the way to the back.
That was when I thought he was going to start up the chainsaw and start trying to, or the power sweeping broom. But he couldn't get it out of there. You'd have got that out of there.
Had that right out of there.
Doug has a powerful sweeper.
I would have had that out. But then I wouldn't have made those two beautiful draws that Marcelo made.
No, I didn't say. I'm not talking nothing about those draws. I'm just talking about.
Looks like a good shot coming here from Felipe. Very nice shot. Up in front of that 4-foot.
Very nice shot. This is
Marcio Cerquino. Thank you, Chow. That's great. And it can be a beauty game. When these guys play it, when we play it, it's perhaps less pretty. And yeah, it's great to have Brazil growing the game. That's wonderful. No, that's great, Chow. Thank you very much.
now they're going to peel that guard off. They got 2 in the house. They have the lead. That guard is probably the only thing that could really hurt them at this point. Might as well have an open house.
It's got the peel. Shooter's out of there. Marcelo would love to roll this rock over on top of that back yellow one. Well, he's not going to get on top of it, but in front of it.
Yep. Make the Schuster team have to deal things.
No, please don't.
No, my Korean is very rusty right now.
We also have trouble with Canadian, by the way. Eh?
Oh, a little wide maybe?
He's going to get it. He's going to get it, but he's going to roll out. Ooh, we may get the double here. Wow, how about that? You didn't draw that one up, Jim.
I wasn't expecting that one, I will admit.
I don't think Marcelo was expecting that one either. But wide open house now.
This will be probably a fairly... At this point, what do we got? 4 rocks aside after Mats comes to rest. It's going to likely be a fairly simple end.
Yeah, but fun. I mean, that was a...
Oh, so it started out fun, absolutely.
Yeah, this is ooh, a little heavy here. Let's see if he can get it out. There's that power sweeping, Marcelo.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, playing four rocks each. See what...
Scott McMullen up for Brazil.
Boy, that seems way out there, doesn't it?
It does.
They
but
do finish,
here
though.
Comes the hog line, and once they hit that, they start moving. Looks like a good rock. Look at that finish.
Oh.
John wants to keep his shooter in the house. He wants 2 here, not 1.
Or 0.
Or 0.
Keep the hammer.
Looks to me at this point like it's going to nose and stay right there. Which it does. Scott McMullen with his second shot here.
Ooh. Oh, look. Still running. Still running. Look at that. Might have put a little extra on that one.
He's gonna knock
Roll
the
out.
yellow one out, but roll out, and that's gonna help John blank the end, if he chooses. I think he will blank it if 1 is the most you can get.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good question, and I don't have any idea.
You know, we've got someone from the World Federation here. Maybe we'll pose that question to him.
Ask him and comment tomorrow.
Yeah,
Or at the break.
I'm not sure we can get an answer to that question.
Yeah. Yeah,
By the
my
break.
own feeling is I have no idea. I don't know how many teams are competing out there, how much of an interest there is at this point, but it'd be great.
It would
Fun
be
to watch.
really good. That would be great. It's so much fun having these teams from Brazil here. They are so much fun.
And think, if you had one of these championships in one of these warmer areas, it'd be a nice place to travel to watch curling in the winter.
Nice to come to Duluth in the winter.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't want to come to Duluth in the winter? Oops, this is Marcelo.
The line is looking good.
And no sweeping yet, so it might be a hair wide. And it's hung on. Very nice shot.
That's a good shot. Yep.
Very nice shot. All right, John's playing his intern way out by the boards.
These tend to be the most difficult takeouts for most curlers. Not at this level.
Hardest part about this is when you're the skipper is where do you stand?
Yeah, that's right. And I think you have to stand on the ice, don't you?
I think that's we violate that rule in leagues sometime, but all right, this is Marcelo's last rock of the fourth end. If he makes this shot, I'm sure the attempt will be for the blank. If he misses, there'll be a draw for two, so good situation for John. It's drifting a a bit. It's getting pretty close to that.
Yeah,
it's getting close to that board.
It's close. It's close. He got.
He never
didn't get it. But, so that sets up a two possibility.
Oh, that was so close.
It was. It didn't. It didn't touch though.
Boy, those outside,
It was close.
that outside ice, you're just not exactly sure how it's going to react. All right, John Schuster with his last. Just needs to draw paint, and he gets his 2 points.
How many curling clubs are there in South America? I just have no idea. Are there people curling down there? Or are these folks that are in Canada, the States, or somewhere in Europe?
Yeah, I'm clueless. Maybe, like you say, they're commenting on here. All right, good draw by John for the 2-pointer.
He got his 2 points to make it a 6-2 game. Moving to the fifth end.
Looks like last rock here in the fifth. Also on sheet 7 next door for the U.S.-Brazil women's game, and that looks like a score of 4 points for the U.S.
I looked over there. I saw 2 misses on either side of a rock there. Just not making the shots they need to make at this point. But not over yet. They still have smiles on their faces. They're getting good experience.
Said that one guy says all of the Brazilian teams I know train in Ontario.
Uh-huh.
That would make sense.
It sure would.
There probably isn't many curling clubs outside Europe, Russia, Asia, and North America. And the North Americans we're just starting to. We have one in Phoenix now, and there's clubs, but I don't know if they have dedicated ice in California. The Phoenix one has dedicated ice.
I heard about dedicated ice in Northern California.
Oh, maybe they got one there now too. Portland, this is a new club where the senior women's are being played right now.
We just had the Scots men group that's touring the United States, playing at various clubs across the states here. And I was interested to hear they only have like 6 curling clubs with dedicated ice. Most of them are playing on arena ice.
Yeah, sharing facilities.
Yep.
So we're starting with a couple of guards here. One center line guard, one corner guard. So I think John Landsteiner is gonna try to just draw right around this. He put the guard up, add 6-7 feet.
I'd like to see Brazil score a couple here in this end, wouldn't we?
Make it interesting.
Make the game more interesting, yep. They've been close. Looks like a good shot from John Landsteiner. Yes, very good shot. You know, he's done that every end tonight, I think.
It's been pretty. He had the one end. He did something wrong. Remember, he was smashing his broom a little bit, so he wasn't quite.
He was
happy.
displeased
He
with
was
himself.
not happy with what he did, but to be honest, can't remember what it was.
I don't remember. I didn't see it. Felipe Nunez,
Try to corner freeze here,
try a corner
or
freeze.
any kind of freeze, I should say. Doesn't have to be on the corner.
Right to it. Yep. They're around the guard. He's going to be right about where he's going to make curl a little more than he wants, but
Yeah, curled all the way
definitely is.
past.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't expect that. That is possible to get that one out.
They're trying to hit and roll to the outside, but I think they're going to get all the way back to the nose.
Good shot.
Yeah, good shot. It might leave a little pocket in there if they can make it. It has left a pocket in there.
And that's, well, this is Marcio Cerquino here. Let's see if he can get there. Marcelo's taking a hard look at it. I think that's the thing to do. Draw right into it. I'm not sure that's the way to get more than one shot, though, or 1 point.
But it's certainly the right shot now.
At this point.
And see, yeah.
I'd be coming the other way. I don't know why he's coming this way.
Yeah, he just saw this the other way, but
Yeah, and they're over there.
but it'll certainly curl enough, so it can be made from both sides. It's just that we had just seen that one. Yeah, the commenters said there are the couple of clubs down in North Carolina.
Yeah, there's more and more clubs in the States with
it's growing.
with dedicated ice, but by far the norm is shared ice.
Yeah, but that's good to see the dedicated ice happening. So that was a good shot.
Very good shot.
Pretty hard to get rid of that red rock right now. John says he thinks it can go through. Okay, he says he said you could make the hit, but
There's probably half a rock showing. Half of that red rock is showing. Be a tough hit. I don't doubt these guys can do it.
it's early enough in the end that you can still work on setup type stuff. So that's what they said. They'll opted to play the freeze in there.
I like it. They're playing, maybe to steal, give up one. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I like getting another
They
one in
don't
there.
need to do anything heroic here with a 4-point lead. What's with that green towel hanging out of?
Isn't that a hat?
Is that a hat?
See, that's the
His
hat.
hat.
That's
his-
the hat. I was like, see, he was wearing a different hat earlier today.
That's the color they put on newborns.
I think that's like green screen, chroma key, green screen stuff.
It's a mint green. It's a fashion color. It's a good shot though. How is Brazil gonna get more than one here?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now they can't make a play on those yellow rocks, and John's gonna do it next time. You know darn well. John will be blasting that yellow rock, and looks like, well,
I think Scott's going to come down and get a better view of things.
I think he ought to. I think the what he could do is move that red rock back a tad, but
But then you're going to leave your shooter in the open, and then you might leave some kind of double.
yeah, Where do you want to put this? Where does this end up? What?
Looks like they've opted to try to freeze one more in there. I didn't see exactly what the call was.
I didn't see either. Although he may be just trying to play a guard.
No, I think he's trying to
You seldom see guards at this level, but
with the hammer. Yeah, you don't.
is he trying to tap that, move that yellow rock that matches through?
Just to rearrange. That's a pretty good shot.
It was. Very. Oh, look at that! He partially blocked his other one too now. Very interesting end. This is great.
Yeah, this is where the microphones would be kind of interesting to hear what he's saying.
We'd love to be able to mic our curlers, but
Not in the budget at this point.
first I want instant replay.
Did they get it there? They swept this practically the whole way. Yeah, he wanted to freeze on his own yellow. It's not terrible, but that wasn't exactly what he wanted.
Is it possible for take finesse?
Well,
For Scott to come down and tap that yellow one, move his red into the number 2 position, and back up his other one onto that yellow back yellow one?
I will say no.
You would say no.
Just because that yellow rock is right underneath the other yellow, the yellow guard.
The one in between.
Yeah.
The one in between the 2 reds.
Yeah, this one here is,
Yeah.
oops, the wrong color. But
That's the one I'd want to try and hit.
yeah, pretty hard to get at that one with any weight, because you'd have to get almost back to the nose to do it, don't you? All right,
Not sure. We're going to see what
he's
they try and
he's
do.
trying to freeze here.
I
Or
think he may be trying to bump it.
maybe he's trying to move it just a little bit.
This is Scott McMullen. He's on it. Let's see. Is he going to get the movement he wants?
I don't
Or
think
is he
so.
going to get the
He
guard?
got the guard.
Got the guard.
Well, it gives him more room to make that shot, but it also now I think John could
He could
see.
double.
I think you can now play weight at that thing. Yellow goes in onto there. Doesn't the red go? Doesn't the red go there and then and shoot that? If you throw this hard,
I think he might be able to.
I think you could. I think if you throw this right, I think red or yellow could be laying 4 or 5 when this is done. What do you think, Bruce? You agree?
Definitely.
It's close. I mean, I think you got to be real close to the nose, don't you? I'm not even sure you have to. I think you can hit it almost anywhere and make that. But I could be wrong.
I have been witness to you being wrong in the past.
I remember that day. That was like in 2013, wasn't it?
Yeah. Still talking about it down there.
John Landsteiner's just back here in front of us going, "What's all the discussion? Let's go. We got places to go."
We're coming up, as soon as this 5th end is over, we'll take I think it's a 4-minute break. And I'm going to try and find that World Curling Federation gentleman and ask him about this.
Yeah.
How
Just
soon do
be
they
interesting
expect there to be an America's playoff? That would be fun.
I think based on what I can see here, you got to hit about what you can see.
There's definitely room to get between those 2 upper guards. What happens after that, we're just not sure, but we're going to find out soon.
Yep, he's playing it anyways, and
I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't happen
for the game
for
purposes.
the game. I mean, Tyler George with this attempt to remove those 2. He's a little wide, isn't he?
Nope.
No, I guess he isn't. He's right on it.
Oh, it
That
stuffed it.
didn't work. Well, they're no worse off than they were
No.
at this point.
And John, I thought I saw him indicate that he didn't know if that red one would go out the side or not. But I think they kind of thought that might go out.
Jammed on the yellow one.
Yeah,
right?
jammed. I thought that was going to sneak through there. I thought it was, but there's all that drag stuff that I just don't have a good feel for.
So what's Marcelo do here?
I think you just
Do you guard it, take your
no,
one?
draw one. Way that rock's finish. Don't you think you could?
Oh, I think you can. Yes, I'm looking at that. You
I think you could-
definitely can come around there, and there's all kinds of yellow rocks up in front.
But
Yeah.
if you get around them, you put a rock right. You might. I mean, I think you could get right to the nose
I
of
think
your.
you could get to yours, and that would protect against.
Any kind of in off or anything
Yes,
like that.
yes, it would. I think that's what they want to do.
It's there.
That's
In
what-
my opinion,
I think,
it's just basically a draw to the button.
I think Marcelo just a draw to the button.
Just. It's what they do, and it's what they did in practice.
The in-off is called for from Canada. We'll see. I kind of like that straight draw for this one.
No, he's not. He hasn't called anything yet.
No, I know he hasn't. He hasn't looked at the in-off yet. Now he's looking at it. I think I still like the draw with this shot.
Yeah, because there's
The
still.
in-off is still be there, depending where
Maybe.
he sits up. They're playing the draw. Man, is he out there at the edge of the circles? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Scott McMullen here with his second rock, fifth end.
One sweeper thinks it's definitely light. Oh, it's a little tight, I think, on that guard, isn't it?
I think it's
no,
around
no,
it. I think he may be around it. They're leaving it alone now.
No, they
he's onto
let,
it.
they let it crash on. Must be on purpose.
Yeah.
Well, it took away the in off.
Perhaps. Well, this is a fun end, huh?
There's a lot of stuff going on in this end.
A lot of thinking.
Looking at sheet 7, looks like lots of yellow in there again. Yeah, if you were talking about Brazil playing the in-off, we thought about that definitely, but I don't think there's an in-off there anymore with where that red rock ended up. So Schuster's...
From where I am, you could do it. You could get to it.
But John is going to make a play on the shot rock through that port.
Hammer belongs to Marcelo.
That broom, I'm guessing, just a control kind of weight?
That's the way it looks.
Or is he playing a tap of some sort instead?
I think he may be trying to come to it. He's out there.
That looks more like a draw or tap weight.
He's going to get the front if that's what he was trying. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think he was trying to come to it. Now it's pretty well blocked up.
I don't know what he was trying. We weren't paying close enough attention. All right. The
Yeah,
boys are discussing some things here. Lots of yellow in there.
We haven't seen Marcelo throw a howitzer yet. I
Yeah.
think it's still there. I'm sure he does when he wants to get extra on it, he lifts his rock the old way to get some more momentum on it. And, whoops, we're taking a timeout here. Boys are signaling timeout. They're going to contemplate this just a little bit longer. Let's check the time on this, Jim. I'm going to switch this over. Well, no, let's see what they.
Oh, you
choose.
want to see the time?
Yeah,
I have the
You
time.
got it ready to go?
Yeah. There's Joanne back there, and it's the one on the left. They
I
have
don't-
16 minutes, 50 seconds.
Well, it's running a little short,
It is running a little tight.
so I think the timeout probably was well taken.
Well, this is a big part of the game right here.
Yeah, it
If
sure is.
if John is able to get a steal here or a couple,
We back onto the overhead.
this is what I'm. Yeah,
Okay.
this is what. No, don't look at that one. This is what's.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's. If John is able to somehow get that red out of there, it's almost game over. And Brazil kind of almost needs to score 2 here, don't they?
They're not. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to score 2. One will keep us playing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they'll keep playing unless,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, and there's no reason not to. But I think there's a lot of things to think about on this. Is you got to be careful not to give what you try doesn't open up something for John.
Yes,
Yeah.
not for John, for Marcelo.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Marcelo doesn't. If Brazil tries
Oh, yeah,
something
yeah.
that gives the U.S. a better chance, you got to be careful.
Yeah. Where can he put it to give himself a chance?
Exactly.
Later
That's
on.
that's the hard part, and I don't know.
I don't know either. Is this the time to try that in off? Or in out?
Yeah, it's hard as a right-hander. You'd probably have to throw like a
He's looking
board
at
weight,
Yeah, like you,
and get across. Clear. Once you get past your guard, then see if it'll curl up enough to roll towards the middle there.
Brazilian coach is Robbie Gallagher. He's been down there.
I think their timeout is up. I suspect their clock is now spinning
They
again.
need to get moving then,
Yeah,
because
I'd love to
16
see.
minutes isn't.
Yeah, it's clicking.
Isn't. They've got to get going.
What did we figure? That 19? Yeah, it's 38 for a game.
Right, 19 for 5.
So, yeah, they're a little tight on time. And they look like they've opted for a guard.
Take their one and go rest, huh? Okay, Marcio and Felipe are ready to sweep. Their hearts out here. Marcelo's ready to throw. I'm not sure where he wants to put this.
I thought more almost a center line guard. Guard the yellow run back on the center line.
Got to come a long way, doesn't it?
Sure looks like it. But yeah, that's
Well, now there's no in off.
or maybe that's what they were guarding.
Maybe they were. It's hard for me to believe they'd guard that, and it's hard for me to believe that John would play that right now. Women have had their break. It's 10-1 after 5 ends, and they're ready to start the 6th. All right, John Schuster is sliding back. He's going to throw a guard, he says, huh? This is Schuster's last rock. Marcelo has one more. He also has that broom. It's out beyond the edge of the 12-foot. Is he concerned about that in-off?
That would be my guess.
Boy, I don't. Now I don't think it's there. Not with that second red rock. Just enough over so you can't really get to the inside. But I think we're going to see 1 point scored by Brazil this end. I just don't see any way.
So yeah, it's even more difficult now as a right-hander. I just don't. There is no.
Oh, I don't think you can get it now. No. I throw this one away.
Yeah, you can try that. You can try to throw that board weight and just see. Even though it's not there, it's not going to hurt anything.
Bump it off the boards and off that rock and in.
But it might be that he's with the broom that wide, he is just throwing it away. I think.
But get rid of it fast because you're running out of time there. I think that's what it is. He's just throwing it through.
Throwing it?
Throwing it. You got me that time. All right, so it's 6-3 after 5 ends. We'll take a 3-minute break.
Yeah, and we'll
We
be
will
back.
be right back.
All right, we're back.
Back live in Duluth with the Challenge Cup, Brazil versus the U.S. This is the sixth end we're starting. And we had a question earlier about when might we see a broader competition in the Americas with more teams joining the more countries joining the WCF. So I've found Andy Anderson from the World Curling Federation. He's with us in the broadcast booth here, and he'd offer some interesting comments on that very question. Andy?
Well, the question is, will there be more teams coming at this level? It wouldn't be a one-game challenge. There would be a need to have 4 or 5 teams that could be competitive enough to run a round-robin competition similar to what's done in Europe and done in the Asian zone, Pacific Asian zone. You have 34, 35, 36 countries in Europe competing for 8 spots. You now have 7 or 8 or 9 countries now in Asia competing for 2 spots. But in the America zone, you only have 2 spots, but so far it's only been the 2 countries now. With Brazil, we have 3. But it's logical that if these other countries in the America zone develop to the point where they can put competitive teams on the ice, we would be looking at some type of a round-robin competition similar to the other 2. The other option, which is also under consideration for long-term, would be to eliminate the 3 zonals and have some type of world competition where teams would compete for slots. And the teams would be put into a bracket regardless of what zone they might be in. But you have to take into consideration the interests of the Europeans, the interests of the people in Asia as to what they might want to do. I mean, frankly, you've got several teams now in the Asian zone whose performance, 2 or 3, they only get 2, but you've got 3 countries over there that are top-rated teams.
Right.
And then you have some of the European teams that are not at that level, but yet they get the slots into the world. So the objective of the WCF is to have competitions that reflects the best teams in the world as curlers. And that's what we would like to be able to do long term. But at the same time, we have to recognize the interests of our member associations.
Great.
Sounds
That's great.
good.
Appreciate that, Andy. You want to stick around in the booth? for a
Sure, I'll
little
be
bit?
happy to.
You have a seat here if you want. We've got a couple great shots here. Looks like we're going to have a good end this time.
You gotta turn that for me again.
We've
Are
got
you showing any of the ladies or just the men's team?
Just the
Pretty
men's
much
right
it
now,
is.
yeah.
I think I've been to, this is I think the 4th challenge.
Okay.
This might be the 3rd that I've attended, and the Brazilians are playing better as they get along. And
Absolutely.
John's had to make a couple shots here, and
Marcelo has made some wonderful
Yeah.
shots.
But Marcelo and one of the ladies on the women's team are the representatives of Brazil at the annual Congress of the World Curling Federation. So I've had the pleasure of meeting with them in the past. My cold is not helping me.
All right, so right now the U.S. is in good shape early in this end.
But a good shot there from, I'm not sure who threw it. Are we in the seconds? That probably was
Marcio.
Marcio Cerquino.
But with that rock coming up a little bit short, then now John can just split the house.
That's what he's going to do.
Or try
here,
to split the house.
Marcelo could come down. Can he whack that? Can he hit that red rock? Get rid of at least one back there? I'm not sure.
We'll have to look and see.
It's fairly tight.
There is a guard a little bit in the way, but seem to have plenty of curl that I don't see it being I think you could get there.
We know it curls. Marcelo's looking at it. That's what he's going to try and do, I think.
Now, that guard out in front's going to make it a little more difficult, but you may be just trying to clear it.
Yeah.
If he gets the guard, he's happy about that, I think.
Well, he's not real happy because he doesn't have the hammer. It could be an either-or type shot, I think. All right, so this is Marcio, right?
Marcio Cerquino.
I was sitting up in the stands, and they had a number of young Brazilian men who are working or going to school here in this area, and they got very interested and want to know what it took to get curl. So I introduced them to Mike, who runs this place.
Dick
And
Wicklund.
Dick, rather.
Yeah.
And they they have one of the members, one of their buddies who brought these people overnight, who is a member here.
Okay.
And he said they can get into an intramural league of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
Be very inexpensive, but
Oh, yeah.
so they're all excited. We'll see what happens.
$5 a night, but it fills up
Yeah.
fast, and we're probably already filled for the second semester.
Might be. I think they started this week.
We have college kids in here 2 nights a week at 9 o'clock after our leagues, and they have a great time.
And like you say, that's a cheap way. $5 a night.
Oh yeah.
You can't beat that price.
So what kind of comments are you getting?
Well, some are talking about. Let's see what this guy was asked the question. Said thank you. So what did he answer there,
Right
Doug?
here. Thanks, guys. I do like the idea of a world qualifier, although I have seen some in Asia calling for a third Asian qualifier outright. Either way, more curling. Yeah, that's what we tend to be seeing. Look at that. Now we've got 4 yellow rocks counting, 4 USA rocks counting. Marcelo's now going to make his move to try and get 2 of them out of there.
Right now, if I just walked on the ice, I would choose yellow. I'd had 4 rocks to throw.
But to that question, the World Curling Federation right now has a memorandum of understanding with the Chinese Curling Association, and we're trying to establish for the lack of a better term, the World Series of Curling, where we'd have competitions at various spots around the world with top teams. Might be the top 6 or 8 world-ranked teams that would play in this competition, and tentative plans would probably have an event in like Shanghai and Beijing, but then one in the Americas and one in Europe. And this is being reviewed now with a select group of our stakeholders. These would be the television people, the competitive curlers, the marketing people, to see how this could run. But the objective of the WCF is to get more television, get more curling on television around the world, other than just our 4 or 5 championships.
Mm-hmm.
And to that end, we are developing partnerships with some of the other entities, such as the tours and so forth, to be able to, under the umbrella of the WCF, bring good curling around the world throughout more time zones during the year.
That sounds good. I like it.
Yep.
I sure do like watching it.
Good shot from Tyler George there.
Yeah,
bringing the U.S. back to 3 counting Yellowstones.
Yeah.
But just like what you're doing, it's becoming less expensive to put on quality television as compared to a truck and full of the cameras and so forth.
Right.
The amount of money that it costs to do that.
Right.
And you can't do that every week unless you have major sponsors. And although we have developed a larger sponsorship base and we're very pleased with the sponsors that we have, it takes money to put those kind of performances on.
Absolutely.
Marcelo's trying to get these 2 back rocks out of here, I think. He's trying to crack the
A little on the
that
inside.
yellow one, a little bit on the inside. Love to remove those and get a roll back behind cover. I like what he's trying to do. Oh, this looks inside.
Is he gonna get it?
I think he may miss it all. That's a tough miss.
Yeah.
Tough miss right there. And that tightened those 2 rocks, 2 yellow rocks up. That's a tough one right there. Needed that. Now John can throw something up in front and make that far more difficult. Instead, he's going to remove the red rock, it looks like. Tyler George with his 2nd stone here in the 6th end.
Gonna play the in-turn.
I'm not sure how much these Brazilians are used to playing 10 ends and 2 games a day.
Well, I can't speak at all for the women because I don't know where they're curling now, but I know the men, they have 1 Brazilian, and the other 2 guys, I guess, are Canadian, live in Canada.
They all live in Canada.
So they play some league games up there, but they don't have the opportunity to play the competition that they're up to now, whereas the Americans are getting more and more of that with our high performance programs and
That's my point. I'm not sure how much they're used to playing 10-in
Yeah.
games and competitive games and 2 in a day. So they may be getting a little fatigued here. I'm getting a little fatigued just talking about it.
So what is he opting? Is he going to try to play freeze on the back one?
If he could make that freeze, that would be a dandy. If he could,
Ooh,
it's a tough call, boy. It's got to be right there.
but they're in it right now, aren't they? They're in a
really
tough
are.
tough spot.
He could try and come behind those two, but then John has run backs. Marcelo has bailed them out on other occasions today.
This is his first stone or second?
This is
First.
his first.
First. So what's he trying to do? Hit? Or
I
come
believe
down to freeze.
I believe he's trying to freeze to
Down
these
freeze
ones.
down on the back one.
Yeah. But maybe I'm wrong.
I think that's what he's
No, I
trying
think he's
to do.
going.
Yeah.
It speeds. That's a cross shot.
Yeah.
Is he by the guard?
I think he's by the guard now. Is he going to get enough of curl? I think he will.
You got to sweep it in.
They sure do. They got to get it right up tight. Right up tight. That's a very good shot.
Good shot. Very good
Very
shot.
good shot from Marcelo Mello. We've seen that all day long. There's enough room there, though, between that red rock and the yellow one for John to
Pick
get
it out of there.
out, for him to pick it out. He needed to be welded to that back yellow stone, and he isn't.
Yeah, John has the power to be able to hit that on the outside of that red stone and just slide it off to the side.
All right, John's first here in this sixth end. Oops. A little closer to the nose than he wanted,
He's going
but I
to
think it's going to be fine. Oh yeah, he did lose one of them, but he's still.
with a 3-point lead and 3 in the house. Both of those are out, I think.
Well, I think that one hit that other
Oh,
one,
okay.
so that's what after it hit the wall. So that's why they're. Not that I don't think
All
it's
right,
going
we're
to come
down
into
to
play there.
One more rock here in the sixth end for Marcelo.
Yeah, I think you got to play that hit and roll underneath, even though
Yeah,
it's going to
that's
be
what I was
a
looking at. The hit and roll. And a freeze down doesn't buy him a lot.
no.
If he hits and rolls, and he's got John's
Short
got the
run
yellow
back.
into the run back.
Yeah, exactly. So he's in a tough spot. So he might play the same one that he just threw, just because he just threw it.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like that's
think
what
he
they're doing.
will. He needs 4 more inches.
Yeah, if he can get it
Free-
right
you gotta
on
freeze
there.
to it, too.
Yeah,
He needs to be right on top of it. Right in it. On it. Welded to it.
that's right.
And then I think what John would do if he didn't want to try to jam it out, he'd just draw in or just bump that one up and take his one.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. See if he makes a good one. We'll see what John's choice is going to be here. I was going to look and see what they're at 11:08. The Brazilian team is to play 4 ends.
Yeah, that's a little tight.
That is a little
I
tight.
understand they were pretty close to the clock in the first game.
They were really close, but they had more time
Yep.
in the first game than they do right now.
But they're certainly not used to playing under the sinking time rules.
That's right.
No. No.
Well, they're going hard here.
Yeah,
It's coming down to it again.
they certainly are. Come on, keep it up. Keep it coming. I think it looks pretty good. He's definitely on the inside of it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
That's nice sweeping.
Beautiful
That is a-
job.
Did he get shot
Great.
out of it though?
I think he got shot.
think he got-
No.
No,
No.
That's very close.
He's second count.
Okay.
You know,
That front rock, I think, is number 1.
And I wouldn't even worry about the red.
Yeah, I
draw
just
in
drop
for
here
2.
too. You could play hit and roll if you wanted to, but I think I'd just, like you say, play in for. I don't think there's a way to score 3.
draw
That
it.
way, that's welded on there.
That was a fine shot
John
from
likes to hit.
Marcelo Mello, and some great sweeping.
But
from-
you think the front yellow is the shot rock over
I
the
believe-
red.
I do think
And the
so.
red is definitely shot over the yellow that they're
Yeah,
up
in the
against.
back. So
So
I think they've come to the same consensus. They're.
oh, come on, Discretion's a better part of valor here. You got one, take two.
That's right.
But even if he's drawn down to it, he still gets second shot. But trying to go for more than two.
Well, they're gonna play that same path. Make sure you're on the inside.
He's got backing, so
Yeah, and he has backing, so. And if they were watching, they just saw it twice, so they should have a pretty good idea what the line is. He probably throws it a little different than Marcelo.
That's a lot less room than what Marcelo was calling. Maybe there is some uncertainty.
Well, they were just trying to figure out for sure if they're shot. I think that playing that wide intern is what scares them. You have to go so far out into the weeds that playing down the middle here is a little easier.
line is about what Marcelo took.
Yeah, it looks good on line. And he's got some fine sweepers there.
You gonna get it there?
I think he might have
I think
pulled the string.
Yeah, you did.
He did.
He's
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out light, so he's only going to
There's
get
one.
Well, we're not sure. Let's see. Let's see.
They're playing for one.
They kicked him.
I think that's one.
Yeah, it's one.
One.
One USA.
Yellow. One yellow.
Well,
Dodged the bullet there on Marcelo Melo's great last shot.
that's right.
That freeze saved him 3 points.
So thanks for joining us. You can stay if you like, or
I
you
just
can.
watch. I'm interested if you got any comments.
Yeah, see what pistol was the guy.
Well, that was Marcelo's shot.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a pistol.
That was the comment. Some guy said he made a pistol.
Oh,
Absolutely, he did.
What's the most recent one at the top?
No, just right there on the bottom. So it was a good, interesting end again. We like having the interesting ends. Those are
That
much,
was a dandy.
much easier for us to comment on. You got too many things in the way, Doug. Yeah, when you were talking about being able to do these streaming, I don't know how much we have in with our overheads and other stuff, but my computers that are here, maybe $1,500, couple $1,000 worth of stuff,
Yeah.
compared to $1 million truck.
Million?
Or was it 10 million? Wasn't it?
No.
When NBC came here.
No, I think the rental of a truck in production, it's the number that I've been given is somewhere around $650,000.
Okay.
Well, that's rental. We want to buy one.
Yeah, that's the cost of renting it, and then all the other things that go along with it.
Sure.
To put on an event.
Yeah, I
Great
gotcha.
opening shot from
John Landstein.
John Landsteiner there to the top of the 4 foot. What is Marcelo going to do? Come to it?
No.
He's not.
Corner
he
guard.
wants that corner guard again. He's
Yeah.
done that all day.
And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. Oops, I haven't updated this. It's 10 to 2 now here after 6, right on the women's side.
Well, I'll be around in the morning. If you need me again, I'd be happy to come down.
Sure.
Thanks,
Sounds
Andy.
Now
good.
I know where you are.
All right.
Yeah, we are here. You're welcome to come down. If we get any more questions on,
And we try to get at least one of the board members to go to all the competitions.
Okay.
We'll be over in China for the Women's World because we have a board meeting over there. But then some of us will go up to the men's up in Edmonton,
Okay.
and others go to the Europeans, and others go to the Pacific. Our board, we have one from Tokyo, one from Australia, one from Canada, 2 from Scotland, 1 from Norway. I represent the United States.
we need one from Brazil. The way these guys are going.
But we get elected by the Congress, so I missed somebody on that. Oh, and one from Canada.
Okay. I think now they might be playing that freeze.
Felipe Nunes.
That's what it looked like to me. They were calling for that freeze.
Well, let me know in the morning.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks
Andy.
for joining
Thanks
us.
again, Andy Anderson from the World Curling Federation. In response to questions from viewers.
Made a nice freeze, but it did bump it, so there's probably room to get it out of there. Matt Hamilton gonna see if he can. I suppose he doesn't even mind if he just noses it.
Gave that one a good, some good momentum.
Picked it clean.
Cleanly.
Picked it clean.
Yeah.
The yellow rock did not even.
Having struggled to pronounce correctly Marcio's name all day, I'm going to take the suggestion of Henrik and just call him MC. I'm going to try once more. Cerquinho. Would that be correct? Cerquinho.
Well, they tried that same freeze, but this does not have the same line.
He's got to get in there.
Well, that's just a guard now.
Okay.
I think that's what they were trying was the freeze, but
Yeah.
so
I got it. Cerquinho.
all right, good job.
Thank you.
So they're just gonna peel that out of there. Got the lead. No sense leaving too many guards around.
It is currently a 4-point lead. Boy, does Matt throw good peels.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difficult shot to throw.
I didn't see who scored in the last end. I'm guessing it was USA on sheet 7, and they're pushing the rocks back, so
Yeah.
that game is done.
So the U.S. women are up 2-0 over Brazil. Boy, I haven't seen them lose their spunk though. That Brazil team. They're still having a good time. They're learning. They've got smiles on their faces, and they'll play again tomorrow at 11. All right. MC's rock is underway here, attempting that freeze on that back yellow one. I think it's the back yellow one. Ooh, he's into the gap.
Well, I can probably pick that one again.
Tyler George, see if he can pick it as cleanly as Matt did. Ooh, he might be a little wide here.
No, they're sweeping
It's
it
coming
still.
back in. It's coming back in. He's going to pick it. Yep. They've got to get that shooter, that rock, right up to the yellow one. You can't leave it in the open. Scott McMullen.
Do I got the score right? Yeah. It looks to me like UMD won.
Good. That's 11 o'clock Central Time. So
Noon
that would be
Eastern.
noon Eastern tomorrow. It's got to move in now. Come on. Is it going to curl in? Is he wide? No, he's coming in on it. But he's going to tap it and roll into the open.
Yeah, just a little too much weight.
Just can't get the rock right where they need to be.
No, it's close. They've been close, but not quite.
Tyler George attempting this hit on the red rock.
You don't even want to stick around with this shot.
He didn't know.
pretty good to me.
It looks real good. He's going to hit, and he's going to roll right between those two and clear it out. All right, Scott, you've got to come right to that back yellow rock. Got to sit right on it. Mentioned this afternoon, Scott is a middle school principal in Sao Paulo.
You ever been to Sao Paulo?
I never have been to Sao Paulo either. That
Boy,
is
same weight he threw
the
on the last
biggest
one.
city
In
in
Brazil?
South America. I
know.
think in South America.
All right.
It's big. And he went by. He just couldn't get that weight right.
It's bigger than Duluth.
It's much bigger than Duluth. Met two other people from Sao Paulo. The Brazil guitar duet.
Oh,
João and Douglas.
where'd you meet them?
Concert here in Duluth. Twice they've been to Duluth. Anybody heard them play? Great guitarists.
All right, we're down to Skips Rocks. John's first here of the seventh end. Trying to just move things around a little bit.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good position here. Marcelo once again.
You can't freeze on the back one and be shot now.
Oh man, it's
Is there a triple there? Don't think so. Close. Actually, there probably is.
I
You gotta
think
throw it
that-
hard.
I think that top one's gonna stick. Maybe not. Maybe. They're looking at it. Let's take a look at their time again, Jim.
Oops. They're at 9:14. They played pretty quickly.
Yeah,
last.
they have. It's just come moving along.
They'll be in the eights sometime before they're
I think he's trying that triple, isn't he?
yeah, or at least the double. Playing his out turn down the middle, throwing lots of weight at it. And it's not curling up. He might get the double. He'll get the double. I don't know about the triple.
Got
Double.
the double.
Double jam.
And his red sticks around to outcount the yellow rock in the back, so
I think John will make a play on that rock.
I guess that's the best we can say. Well, no, it looks better now than it did.
Oh yeah, he's got much better chance to score. Actually, he has a pretty good chance to score.
John Schuster with his final rock here in the seventh end.
Ooh, you got it.
He's got it. He's got it. He's going to roll back to the middle.
No,
No,
yeah, just a little bit.
Not much. All right. Marcelo needs to hit that middle yellow rock and stick for one. And that will make it a 3-point ball game. Still a game with 3 ends to go, potentially. threw that pretty hard. But the line looks pretty good if they can hold it. They've got to hold it.
Looks
I
pretty
think
good.
it looks good. I think he's nosed it. He's going to stay there. He's going to pick up his point, make it a 7-4 game. Is that right? 7-4, I think. Yep.
He's looking at the clock again.
And well, he should.
Yeah, you can spin that camera, but I'll show the clock. You can kind of see it in there. 8:15 for the Brazil team, 13:16 for the U.S. team. So
This minute I have to run out in the ice and spin that camera around.
all right, first rock of the 8th end. Looks like he's going to attempt the center guard. Might. It's good. It's a good guard. John asked for backline weight and try to chip that rock off the center and slip into the rings.
See the question from Canadian guy here? It's a good question. I'm not sure what he's going to do.
I got a feeling I've never seen John play open ends. John likes having rocks in play.
He does. Is he taking his own out here? No.
Maybe bump it back.
Bump it back. And get the rollover, I guess. So.
Yeah, get a second one in.
That might answer the question.
Yeah, John is very comfortable with rocks in the house. And I think the clock is probably a factor. He probably just realizes that he's got a little advantage that way, so might as well try to keep things complicated.
We a little light here? What are we doing? Oh, we're okay.
Oh, did he get that second one on? Close.
Marcelo's going to try and angle raise his red. Whoops. He's going to try and angle raise back behind cover with the way those are staggered up front.
And you said this is MC?
This is, yes, this is MC. No, I think I got it now. Cerquinho. Marcio Cerquinho. Got to get the accent in the right place.
The emphasis?
Yes. Looks like a good rock if it's not too heavy.
Looks a little heavy
Looks
to me.
a little heavy, but if he just kisses it a bit, that's going to work. Oh, it just rolls out into the open. So close. John's going to go after it. He's got Matt Hamilton Ready to throw?
You can see plenty of the red, so they're going to just hit and roll out to the wings a little bit.
Going to leave Marcelo with a draw back under cover if he wants. Again, they're staggered perfectly for the draw behind. Now there's going to be a fourth rock there in line.
Ooh, did he get it?
I think you'll get it. Yep.
It's 3 yellows in there, but he's. I think at this point you're basically thinking steal, steal, steal.
Got to.
I mean that's the only real option.
Marquinhos with his second and last rock here in the 8th end. This looks heavy.
Fully buried, but
With a little sweeping, that could have been out. John's going to break down that wall up front. Marcelo's a little unhappy there not to get that one a little higher in the house.
that was the chance. I mean, that was their big chance right there. Guards were still in play. It still wasn't going to be easy.
Although I think John would have broken up the wall anyway, so. Would like to get more than one. You got only one, but it is the red one. No, he was thinking about the hit and the roll. He's still thinking about it. But I think the draw is the play right here. And this is his vice skip, Scott McMullen.
This weight looks better,
Yes.
but it looks like there's more room.
Oh, there's plenty of room now. It's got to dive and get behind there. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
coming. It's coming.
Pretty good shot.
Is that the counter?
No. Yellow's count. But it's close.
Well, I'm not sure close is going to be good enough.
No, I think they need to actually get it, yeah. Play that relatively short run back. Hit this yellow right on the nose. Oops. Oops, I don't think that's going to be on the nose.
No. It gives perhaps something. Marcelo's going to try and set a guard up again. Surprised he's not tapping back. Maybe he's thinking about it. Not sure what he's thinking, but he better think fast because.
We're at about 6.5 right now.
Oh, you got that. Okay. He's pointing up at that clock, saying, "Hey, we've got to go here. We can't be talking." I think the time pressure is probably on.
So you're looking for just off nose, make the double and sit in front, and you'd lay 3.
Be a pretty sweet shot for Scott McMullen. He did it. Nice shot, Scott McMullen. Great sweeping. That puts smiles on the faces of those Brazilian sweepers. And their skip raises his broom. Tyler George to try to double him out here.
Ooh, that ran a little bit.
That's a little out.
Close.
Oh, did you get the triple? No.
Say one good turn deserves the another, right?
Yeah. That was a good shot, though, from Scott McMullen. And a good shot from Tyler George. Tyler's was a lot easier, I think.
They were closer. Yeah, they were both good shots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Marcelo gonna try to throw the guard here, I think. Or no, he wants to be in the top 12, doesn't he?
Oh, we'd love to be in the top 12, right up and. Yep.
But there might be a double back again
He'd like to be right up in front of that.
Yeah.
Not on top, not close to it, but up on top of the 12-foot in front of it. They gotta work to get it in. Come on. They're in.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long double, but
I don't. Well, try it. I think, but Marcelo's in position here to score 2.
he doesn't have the hammer.
Then he's not in position to score 2 anymore.
If he had the hammer, absolutely.
That's kind of unfortunate. I was thinking maybe we'll get this game tightened up. Well,
He's certainly putting a little pressure on John, though. That's the. I mean, there's a bunch of good shots in a row here.
certainly are.
John gonna try to hit it just ever so slightly off the nose.
Leave it alone. Tyler's saying don't sweep it.
Stuffed it. The good news for John is he's on the.
All right, Marcelo's last shot here in the 8th end. Try and dive in behind that yellow rock up at the top of the 12-foot. Hide behind it. Sit to.
He's at 512. This is pretty wide. Will it curl far enough to be? I have a feeling it's going to be in the open. I just don't think it'll curl enough.
It's starting to come now, but it's a little heavy for curling back in there. No.
No, you might be a double for
I
two.
think the double's there, yeah. I think the double for 2 is definitely in play.
And it's just a nose double.
So ended the sequence of good shots.
Yeah. One last good shot there, and would have really put some pressure on John.
And Marcelo has been so good with those draws all day long.
Yeah, you got just maybe being rushed a little bit might have been a factor.
I'm sure it is. I think, was it Andy Anderson that was saying these guys aren't used to playing with the clock?
I would have. Well, yeah, you don't play in that many big competitions like that, so. What a nice
Yeah,
shot.
it's a good shot. That might do it. Might just do it. I think it does do it.
All right.
Marcelo, big smile. Handshakes with Tyler George. Handshakes all around, as is customary. End of curling matches.
All right.
It is final of 7-4,
9-4.
9-4.
Scored 2 in that last. So
So the U.S. men are up 2-0 as well. Third game will be tomorrow, 11 o'clock Central Time.
yep.
If the U.S. wins that, they win. If Brazil wins, we'll move to a second game tomorrow, and that would be at 7 p.m. tomorrow evening.
Central Time.
Central Time, all of it Central Time. That's where we are in Duluth.
All right.
Ball game, yep. Well, thanks for being with us. It was fun bringing it to you. Fun having you along. Like all the comments. Like the linguistic lessons. And the questions about curling's future in the Americas. So, for Jim Lutnan, Doug Britton saying good night from Duluth. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock.
Good night.